Covering news where you live. This is 5 News.
Well, hey, thank you so much for joining us here for the latest news and weather where you live. I'm Joe Ellison.
And I'm Morgan Wrigley. Let's get you caught up on what's going on in our area. The city of Fort Smith now owns the Stevens Building on Garrison Avenue, a building that houses its city offices. We've been following this story for months, and this week, directors voted to buy it for about $4 million.
And right now, the city occupies 3.5 floors of this 6th-floor building. They pay just under $48,000 a month in rent. They say that the sale should be wrapped up by the end of February. And a bill endorsed by pro-life advocates in other states is up for consideration in Arkansas.
The bill would require students to watch a video about pregnancy and how a human is formed. The video is called Meet Baby Olivia, and it was created by Live Action, which is a pro-life group. State leaders are working to have this video shown in Arkansas classrooms, teaching kids as young as 10 about the fertilization process.
But pro-choice advocates say that this bill actually pushes more of a political agenda instead of educating about the real maternal health problems people face in Arkansas. The bill is set to be introduced next week at the House Education Committee. All right, let's check in with Stephen for a look at that forecast. Stephen, we're looking for a warm up.
Yeah, we're going to see that warmer air by the time we get to the weekend. Today, still going to be a little bit on the cooler side, but definitely it's a good sign that we're finally above that freezing point once we get to this afternoon. Going to see some cloud coverage start to filter in by the time we get just after lunchtime into the early evening hours. Overall, still expecting lots of sunshine for today. Across the river valley, temperatures going to top out into those low 40s for today. The reason we're going to be just a hair cooler than yesterday is because we have some winds coming down from the northwest, gusting around 20 miles per hour. That's going to cool off things just a bit. Of course, by the time we get to the weekend, though, that's when the warmer air is going to come back. Daytime highs back up into the 40s and 50s outside. The one thing to look out for is Saturday evening going into Sunday. You'll definitely notice some cloud coverage increasing across the area, but also we could see maybe a few stray showers here and there. When we look at Futurecast, you can see the extra cloud coverage, and that's where we're going to open up the window for maybe a few showers, but most of the activity looks to remain well off towards the south. I think by the time we get to Sunday afternoon into the evening hours, we could be dealing with maybe a few stray showers, mainly south of I-40. Northwest Arkansas over the next 7 days, sunshine to end the work week. Cloud coverage going to build in over the weekend, but the good sign is that this weekend definitely going to be on the warmer side, 40s and 50s, and we hang on to that warmer air by the time we get to early next week.
All right, thanks for that, Stephen. Well, an Arkansas lawmaker is taking notice of one of the many executive orders ushered out by the Trump administration this week.
State Representative Aaron Pilkington, off the president's order, introduced a bill that would rename the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America. 5 News reporter Kayla Davis talked to University of Arkansas students for their take.
Bill H.R. 1010 states the Gulf is an important hub for American energy production, trade, and tourism, and Arkansas has strong economic ties to industries relying on the body of water.
It could make it have a lot more tourism because it's labeled as American, but I think we just really would have to see if people even really care if it's a different name.
The proposed legislation calls for state agencies to update official state maps, documents, educational materials, and any other communications to reflect the name change.
Small changes like that I don't think are going to be too dangerous, but I think it could lead to some bigger changes down the road that could mess some things up for our education system.
Some say they recognize President Trump's interest in making the switch.
There's definitely a political gain to it, especially with ongoing conflicts. You know, changing Gulf of Mexico to Gulf of America, it puts some sort of geological advantage to the country, even if it's just like, when you say America, you think of the United States of America, not North America and South America or Central America.
Others say they disagree.
I think it's a little pointless, a little unnecessary, but oh well.
I don't really have an opinion on how it changes anything, like, politically. I don't really know how this will change a lot of stuff.
We'll reach out to 5 Rivers Distribution in Van Buren and the Corps of Engineers, who say there will be no impacts on shipping.
Yeah, we also reached out to Representative Pilkington for comment, but haven't heard back yet. But hey, thank you so much for joining us here for the latest news and weather. Catch up with us again tomorrow right here for more.
Have a great day.